Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this to you. No risk, no story. If you're living your life in the safety of the known, if you're avoiding every challenge, every opportunity that might cause you to stumble or fall, then you are missing out on one of the most powerful forces that can shape your destiny: risk. Embracing the unknown is one of the most powerful decisions you can make in your life. It requires you to step beyond what is familiar, to venture into a place where the outcome is uncertain and where you no longer have control over every step of the journey. The unknown is intimidating because it holds the potential for both failure and success. And many people fear it because they can't predict what lies ahead. But it is precisely this uncertainty that gives life its richness and opportunity. When you stay in the realm of the known, everything is predictable. There is safety, comfort, and security in the routine, but there is no real growth. You can live a life of consistency, but you may never experience the true depths of your potential. The unknown is where the magic happens. It's where you discover parts of yourself you never knew existed. It's where you find your strength, resilience, and creativity in ways you couldn't have imagined. The unknown is not a threat to be avoided. It's a field of possibility that invites you to explore. Each time you embrace it, you are not just taking a step forward in your journey. You are expanding your vision, opening yourself to new perspectives, and unlocking doors that would have otherwise remained closed. It is where you challenge your limits and break free from the constraints of fear and doubt. And in the unknown, there are no guarantees, but there is the thrill of discovering what you are truly capable of. It forces you to trust yourself, to act despite the uncertainty, and to rise to new challenges. It is, in every sense, where life begins to unfold in its most extraordinary way. Growth is not a passive process. It doesn't simply happen by standing still or staying in a comfortable place. True growth occurs when you are faced with challenges that push you beyond your limits. It's through overcoming obstacles that you discover the depth of your character, strength, and ability. Challenges are not just roadblocks. They are stepping stones, opportunities to evolve into the person you are meant to be. When you encounter challenges, you are presented with a choice: to either remain where you are, avoiding discomfort, or to rise above it and become more than you were before. Growth requires struggle. It requires effort, and it often demands that you face things you'd rather avoid. But it is in the very act of confronting those difficulties that you experience transformation. Each challenge teaches you something new. Whether it's patience, resilience, perseverance, or the capacity to think creatively in the face of adversity. Growth isn't just about success. It's also about learning from failure. Every time you fall short of your goal, there's an opportunity to understand why, to adjust your approach, and to improve. Without failure, there is no progress. Without challenge, there is no growth. If you constantly seek to avoid challenges or shield yourself from discomfort, you deny yourself the chance to become the best version of yourself. In fact, challenges often serve as the crucible in which your true potential is refined. Through struggle, you sharpen your skills, enhance your knowledge, and develop the emotional strength needed to face future obstacles. The bigger the challenge, the greater the opportunity for growth. And the more you grow, the more capable you become of achieving things you once thought impossible. Failure is often viewed as the enemy, a force to be feared and avoided at all costs. But the truth is, failure is an essential part of the journey towards success. It is not something that defines you, but rather something that refines you. It teaches you lessons that no success ever could. Failure is the mirror in which we see our flaws, our weaknesses, and the areas where we need to improve. It is the starting point for real growth and lasting transformation. When you fail, you gain clarity. You learn what doesn't work, and more importantly, you learn why it didn't work. This insight is invaluable. In fact, many of the world's greatest achievements were born from failure. The stories of inventors, leaders, and entrepreneurs are filled with setbacks, mistakes, and challenges. They failed, but they didn't let failure define them. Instead, they used it as a stepping stone, a vital lesson on their road to success. They understood that failure is not final, it is simply part of the process. Failure forces you to reevaluate your strategies, your mindset, and your approach. It is in those moments when you feel defeated that you have the opportunity to rise up, adjust, and try again. The most successful individuals are often the ones who have failed the most, because they have learned to embrace failure as part of the journey. It is only by failing and getting back up that you can truly discover your inner strength and resilience. In essence, failure is not a setback, it is a setup for the future. It is a powerful teacher, one that shows you the path forward when you have the courage to learn from it. A legacy is not something that is given to you. It is something that you create through your actions, decisions, and the risks you are willing to take. Legacy is the lasting impact you leave on the world, and it is shaped by your boldness, your willingness to stand out, to challenge the status quo, and to take the necessary risks that others are too afraid to take. It is a result of stepping forward when others step back, of pursuing your vision with courage, even when the road is uncertain. Every great figure in history, from inventors to leaders, from revolutionaries to artists, has left a legacy that was shaped by their willingness to be bold. They didn't wait for the perfect moment, nor did they let fear hold them back. They understood that the only way to make a lasting impact was to take action, to move forward despite the unknowns, and to take risks that others saw as too great. They took those risks, not because they were invincible, but because they knew their mission was larger than their own fear. When you take risks, you not only create opportunities for yourself, but also for others. Boldness can ignite a movement, inspire a generation, and change the course of history. A legacy is not just built on accomplishments. It's built on the influence you have on others, the way you inspire and empower those around you. Your willingness to be bold encourages others to step into their own greatness, to chase their own dreams, and to create their own legacies. If you want to leave a mark on this world, you cannot play it safe. You must have the courage to be bold, to take those risks that push you outside your comfort zone. It is in that boldness that your legacy will be forged. And it is through the risks you take today that the world will remember you tomorrow. In the end, remember this: the greatest stories are not written by those who stay in the comfort of the known, but by those who dare to step into the unknown. Growth, failure, and boldness are the building blocks of a life well living. Each risk you take, each challenge you face, shapes the person you are becoming. Your legacy will not be defined by the risks you avoided, but by the ones you embraced. So go forward with courage, knowing that the story you're creating will be one worth telling. Take the risk and make it count.